A very good evening, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And this evening, we are looking at what is happening in the nation Zambia. The courts in Zambia, the Constitutional Court in Zambia, has barred Zambia's former president, Edgar Lungu, from contesting the 2026 elections. Newswire says the Constitutional Court ruled today that Lungu already served his last term when he succeeded late president, his first term, when he succeeded late President Michael Sata in 2015. Lungu served for a year after winning a presidential by-election that year against Hakainde Hichilema. So this is something which is very, very important. It depends on how the constitution itself is interpreted, and that is key. So they've interpreted the constitution and they've said that he is no longer a candidate for this next election, which is coming in 2026. Let us take a look onto the video of the ruling so as to understand what they had to say.
Our combined interpretation, therefore, of sections 2 and 7 of the Act and the repealed Article 35 of the Constitution is that the first respondent's term of office, that ran from 25th January 2015 to 13th September 2016, constituted a term of office. The first respondent's term, which ran from 13th September 2016 to August 2021, constituted his second term. The first respondent, Mr. Edgar Lungu, has therefore been twice elected and has twice held office. Article 106(3) of the Constitution makes the first respondent ineligible to participate in any future elections as a presidential candidate.
So this is what the court said, and if you look at it, it makes sense to some point that indeed Edgar Lungu actually was president and has exhausted his own terms. So it depends on the kind of the angle one will be looking at everything, so as to understand what is really happening and what is really transpiring here. So trying to understand this, in my own view, I believe that if Edgar Lungu was elected twice, it makes sense. If the Constitution say once you are elected twice as president, you can no longer contest for the third time, it will then mean that Edgar Lungu cannot stand in 2026. It was going to be better if the courts, if the Constitution was so clear and explicit when it comes to the issues of what constitutes a term. So it might be a problem of the Constitution itself. It might be a problem that the Constitution itself, in terms of how it was drafted, is problematic. And I believe that is an issue which must be brought to court by a team of Edgar Lungu to say, can we deal with this issue? Because he has been elected twice, he served twice, although the first time he did not serve for a full term. Then the major question will be, let's say if he had been allowed to contest again and push for the elections to again, or he was going for a full term, I do not know. If he was completing the term of the previous president, what was the purpose of going for a by-election? So this constitution, I believe that it's troublesome. There are loopholes in that constitution. There are some things which are not good in that constitution. There was no need for them to go for a by-election which involved and included everyone. So in my own view, if Edgar Lungu was completing a term of another, he was simply supposed to have completed that term and without being elected. But the fact that people had to go to the polls for him to be elected, that is where the major problem lies. And it depends on how they're going to deal with this matter. Are they going to challenge the constitutionality of altogether, or they will challenge something else? So it's very interesting to see how Zambians are going to deal with this issue. I believe that it's a matter of a constitutional